So welcome to 5 p.m. South Africa has qualified. That is the first thing that we can say. Pakistan, South Africa, absolute humdinger of a match. 2 wickets, Kagiso Rabada, you beauty. What an incredible test match it was. Melbourne yesterday, Melbourne today, Centurion today, Melbourne tomorrow. Unbelievably good test match cricket. Mohammad Abbas had set it up for Pakistan, 6 wickets ahead of the pre-land session, but thereafter Marco Jansen and Kagiso Rabada closed it out for South Africa with that brilliant partnership. And this means South Africa is going to Lords. South Africa is the first team to make the World Test Championship final, and that deal is sealed. Which is the second team? All results are possible. At the MCG, I will say, you guys can differ. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. I think a draw is 40%. Australian win is also 40%. Let me say this, a draw is between 45 and 50%. Australian win 40%, and an Indian win about 10%. That is what I say. India can very well lose if the top order once again fails, but on a reasonably good batting wicket, and this is still a good batting wicket as you have seen from Boland and Lyon, there is no reason why India can't save this match. What I understand, Deepesh Vyas, will India be imposed with slow over rates? One over less. It was -1, but I don't think that will happen because of the drinks breaks and water breaks, and they'll argue that. Australian batsmen were also changing gloves. They bowled Washington Sundar and Ravindra Jadeja towards the end. It was 1 over that was less. At one point, it was 3. They brought it down to 1. I think they'll be able to get away with that. But coming back to the game, it had its ebbs and flows. Let me first decode the day for you. The first story was Sam Constas versus Jasprit Bumrah. Here in the host broadcaster, there was a tagline on telly which said, watch Sam Constas show now. Watch Sam Constas show. What, draw 20%? Boriada, fair to say Australian no. Deva, no, because it's still a good batting deck. It is a good batting deck. And okay, let me give you a pattern. Australia first innings, look at what happened after the 6th or the 7th wicket. Pat Cummins, Mitchell Starc, that partnership with Steve Smith. Australia 5 for 246, went on to score 474. India 5 down for 159 and went on to score 369. Australia 94 for 6, went on to score 228 for 9. So it's the middle order and the lower middle order that is continuously scoring runs. Why and how? Shayan, there is a pattern here. I don't think India lost the plot. It's like that. You can't just say, the lower middle order and the middle order is performing. So how is it happening? It is because between overs about 50 odd to about 80, that red Kookaburra is doing nothing. The seam becomes so soft, it is doing literally nothing, even for the best of bowlers. If you see how many times, if you see the partnership between Nathan Lyon and Scott Boland, tell me how many times did you see that they were beaten? Few times. Yes, the odd ball from Bumrah cutting them into half and all of that, that is because of Bumrah's brilliance. But a Scott Boland and a Nathan Lyon surviving fairly comfortably is also because of the fact that old Kookaburra is not doing anything. Mohammad Siraj was able to survive as well, and that is a fact. So that is what brings me to this point. And the point is simple. If India is able to survive the first 20 overs of that new ball with maybe 1 down or max 2, no way can you say that India will not be able to save this match. Also, people will say, hello, 95 overs left. Australia will have to bowl 95, India will have to bat 95. No, 95 overs will never be bowled on a day in Melbourne. You know why? Because and by the way, not a single day, not a single day that it has happened when 90 overs have been bowled here. Because with the heat, with the sun coming out, or the three faster bowlers between Nathan, Pat Cummins, Scott Boland, and Mitchell Stark, if they have to bowl about 60 odd overs, 20, 20, 20, it will be far more time consuming than anything else. Maximum, if you ask me, Australia will be able to bowl somewhere between 84, 85 overs. If that is the case, you are talking about one new cherry and maybe 5 overs of the second new ball. All India needs to do is just block out the first 20 overs of the new ball and it's game on. Because after that, and after overs 35, 40, it will become far easier to bat. So if I was the Indian think tank at this point, all I would do is listen, play it hour by hour, 10 overs blocks, each block, take every 10 overs, recalibrate at lunch, recalibrate at tea, and then decide what you want to do in the final session. Take it block by block by block. There is no reason to think, oh, we can lose this, or we can win this, or should we chase this down? Nothing like that is needed. Just play your natural game because Australia will attack. Australia will attack, and that means there will be gaps. It's a huge stadium, and there will be runs for the taking as well. What was Australia's approach? Australia's approach was to back India out of it. Because by backing India out of it, it means that Australia will now be able to put fielders in attacking positions. And because of that, India could be put under pressure. I don't buy this approach for two reasons. One, I thought that 10 odd runs that Scott Boland got of 60 balls, 10 overs, could have also cost Australia the match. Because from an Indian standpoint, if you are able to draw this match, you are as happy. It is almost a moral victory if you are going into Sydney one apiece. It is one apiece. Having said that, Australia, the last hour, if I was Australia, I mean, I kept thinking, here's the declaration coming, here's the declaration coming. I thought Australia will go in for some quick runs. A team that is 105 runs ahead, 300 ahead, why not get India out for at least half an hour ahead of the day's play? Try and knock Rohit Sharma over because he's not in form. He's not playing well. Try and knock him over and then play him out. Because Australia will not be able to match India unless India plays well. India will not be able to match India unless India plays well. India will not be able to match India unless India plays well. India will not be able to match India unless India plays well. India will not be able to match India unless India plays well. Sorry, there was a bit of an internet glitch there. So uh, glad that all of you guys. No, I'm not out of data pack. My internet just flipped a little bit. Shagnik. It's not that I was out of data pack or anything. It's just that the internet was going up and down. Technical issue. We will be back soon. Yeah, thank God. Thank God. Yeah. We're back, and there is uneven bounce, says Ashish. Ashish, not that much. Not that much. Some balls are keeping a little low, but that's it. I did not see exaggerated turn. I did not see exaggerated movement. Nor did I see indentations of that, if level. Nor did I see any ball really badly misbehave. But that that you have to say that India will not be able to match this, or I don't see any of this. Let me take all the questions that are coming. Devraj, Bose, Boryada, will India be mentally down? Not at all. If you think from an Indian standpoint, would you want to bat the last half an hour of a day after last half an hour when Australia will have a crack at India with the new cherry today and tomorrow? Last half an hour, four slips, Mitchell starts steaming in, 40,000 people at the MCG. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Australia, according to me, still hold the aces. As I said, 40% to 45% draw, 40% to 45% Australia, 10% India. But if you ask me, because of the bowling effort by India, Australia in every sense, after they got a 105-run lead, they would have wanted to get to a 350-run lead and then put India in with about an hour's play left. That is the ideal scenario, especially when you have attacking stroke makers like a Travis Head, like a Sam Constas, or even a Steven Smith. Unfortunately for Australia, unfortunately for India, they weren't able to do that. They were not able to do that thanks to the brilliance of Jasprit Bumrah and also the brilliance of Mohammad Siraj. So Indian bowling today was intense. Let me give you what you've not seen. At the start of the Australian innings, on one side there was a kind of a conference. Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and Jasprit Bumrah. And they were kind of gesticulating like this, one fielder there, one fielder there. And I was trying to figure out what is going on. What is going on? Clearly, the moment they came in, they placed a fly slip, deep third, and a fine leg. So one there, and Sam Constas was gone. Clearly, you could sense that the ramp didn't happen. Not one ball did he try the ramp, and at no point did the man look comfortable because India had blocked his scoring positions, and then Jasprit Bumrah, some that went out, and one that came in and gone, done. So what the back page of tomorrow's the West is saying Rohit is a
Yes,
crybaby.
they are saying I'll send it to you. They are saying Rohit is a crybaby and put a chushi in his mouth.
West Australian is
Wait.
sort of taking newspaper reportage to a different level. Let me give you the breakdown of the West Australian. On day one, when they called Virat Kohli a
I've
clown.
sent it to you.
Okay, let me. Shormishta has sent it to me. Let me also take a look at it, and then I will give you my analysis of the West Australian. Be there with me to listen to this. Okay, Captain Crybaby, turns out Clown Kohli isn't the only sook in the Indian side. Okay, and John, why is this so? Exposed by Indian captain, angry Boxing Day test, blow up at a young teammate. Acha, because Rohit had some words for Yashashvi Jaiswal. Let me sum up the West Australian. The West Australian, by the way, has done one thing very successfully. Every day we have to refer to the West Australian. How about that? On day one, West Australian, the reportage was like somebody who is writing his essay for the first time as a class 2 student. And I thought, okay, as a class 2 student, this what is this Barrett fellow, this joker? What is his name? Let me see. Jackson Barrett, who needs to be framed and put in the Hall of Fame as the worst cricket reporter ever born. That kind, the worst sensationalist. He was writing like a class 2 student. I thought you can't really get worse than that. He managed to. He managed to get worse from there on to say Kohli and Karma. And now by calling Rohit a crybaby, he has let his imagination flow. He has clearly let his imagination flow. And one has to give credit to his imagination. This guy, I don't think watches the cricket. I think he plots. He's got a career in writing maybe imaginative stories rather than being a cricket writer because he doesn't understand his cricket. No disrespect to him. You know, the problem with Australian media is they are showing. And by the way, I don't mean Australian media as a blanket. There is a Gideon, there is a Peter Lawler, there is a Bharat Sundarasan, there is a Greg Baum. I have respect for such people, but for the rest of the Australian media, it's pathetic. It is absolutely pathetic. They are not journalists. By showing disrespect of this level to cricketers, they are not even tabloids. They are They're not even worth anybody's time. You can understand why they are calling Rohit and Virat, because these are the two fellows who will help you. Why are you not putting your own people on the cover? Why don't you put a Pat Cummins? Why don't you put a Nathan Lyon who got a 40? Why don't you put a Manas Labuschagne who got a 70? Because your papers won't sell. You have to put a Rohit Sharma and a Virat Kohli and make an idiot out of yourself, because that's your only way. And I'm publicly saying that you guys are absolute idiots by doing what you are. You're a disservice to our profession. You're a disservice to sports journalism and to cricket journalism. And Cricket Australia should take a look at such people by accommodating in the press box, because they don't deserve to be in the press box. This, whatever it is not reportage. This cannot be reportage. You're calling Virat Kohli a clown. You're following it up by calling it karma, and now you're calling Indian captain a crybaby. Come on, yeah, come on. This is cricket reportage of the worst standard. Anyway. What are you saying? Western Australian is like the choti boy. No, I don't kind of disrespect your choti boy. Priyanshu, India should play sensibly for the first two sessions. Absolutely what I said, Priyanshu. I think you came in slightly late. I think India should go in with the mindset that it is not about a win or a loss in the first two sessions. It is simple. You just bat out balls based on merit. If that means you get 60 runs, 70 runs, so be it. In the second session, you do the same. Get to tea. Get to tea. If you have 6, 7 wickets in hand, 7 wickets in hand, but that's when you calibrate. Because in a match like this, 6 runs and over with a 40, 50 over old Kookaburra is very doable. Because look, at that point, your Mitchell Starks and the Pat Cumminses of the world would have bowled 15 overs each, would have already exhausted themselves to quite a bit, quite a degree. And because they have already, uh, they have even abused Marsh by saying what? Son of a. They've gone mad or what? They're abusing their own players, in the same page. Fantastic. They're abusing their own players. They're abusing. Maybe they think that this is their way of cricket journalism and it will get them some viewers. But the way I think India should approach it, 50 overs, 55 overs of sensible cricket. The moment you are able to do that, you have made Pat Cummins, Scott Boland, and Mitchell Stark bowl at least 12 to 14 overs each. And that means they are tired. The ball is soft, the seam is soft, and that's when at tea break you recalibrate. You have hitters like Rishabh Pant, you have people like Nitish Kumar Reddy who can go for runs, big runs quickly, and then you come and go push. If you lose a couple of wickets with the Washington Sundar, Nitish Kumar Reddy, you shut shop. Otherwise, you push hard. So, India, from my understanding, the approach will be conventional test cricket in the first session, conventional test cricket in the second session, and then adventurous whatever in the third, based on what the match situation is. I do think on a wicket which is not doing much, on a wicket, Australia will use the heavy roller in the morning. On a wicket which is not doing much, I do think India can save this game. Ninja 47, I'm optimistic. Keep trust, we can do it. As I said, 10% chance is what I'm giving. I think it's 40-45% to a draw, 40-45% to an Australian win. Does the pitch offer turn, Nalini? No, not much. I haven't seen much turn from Jadeja. I haven't seen much turn from Sundar. Nathan Lyon did get the ball to bounce and turn a bit, but I don't think that is anything to be remotely worried about. Pardon my English. What is this? India gets to a target of 334. Too many questions. I can't see anything actually. Wait. What was the question? How can Australian crowd say such comments about a cricketer? I don't want to repeat the comments. That was pathetic. Absolutely correct, Devraj. Absolutely correct. And that is what I've been continuously saying, that there has to be a line that has to be drawn, and that is why you need somebody like a Jasprit Bumrah who clearly put them in their place. Uh, India should maintain anonymous king 3 run rate. That it is not about maintaining 3 or 2. Just play the ball on merit. Don't lose too many wickets. Get to T. Play conventional cricket. You will have enough and more time. This is a pitch where the ball, it's not misbehaved much. The ball will get older and it will get far easier to bat on, and you can get quick runs against a tired bowling attack. Is Mitchell Stark 100%? He was holding his back. He might just have a stiff back, so the Australian bowlers will not be in their best form at all. I can tell you, these are Australia bowled for 120 overs in this heat, so it will not be physically possible for them to be at the same intense best. So India does have a chance, but before that, they'll come hard. They'll come strong with the new ball. So you have to negotiate that new ball and do it well. Any rain forecast tomorrow? Debayon, no. No. Rahul Paul, India কি জিততে পারবে ভাই? ওইভাবে তো বলা সম্ভব না, যেটা বারবারই আপনাকে বলার চেষ্টা করছি। We'll have to take it as it comes. We'll have to take the স্বপ্নিল সুপার চ্যাটটা দিয়ে দে। We'll have to take it as it comes. We have to take the game to T, and thereafter just see how and where the match is positioned, and based on that go for the kill. অনেক প্রশ্ন আসছে, আমি চট করে সুপার চ্যাটটা নিয়ে নিই। এক মিনিট দাঁড়ান, কোথায় গেল? এই যে দেবমিত সাহা, ইফ ইন্ডিয়া উইন্স বিজিটি উইল রোহিত শর্মা চেঞ্জ হিজ ডিসিশন অফ রিটায়ার? ভাই, রিটায়ারমেন্টের ডিসিশনটা নিল কবে যে চেঞ্জ করবে? এখনো অবধি আমার তো অন্তত জানা নেই যে ডিসিশনটা নিয়ে ফেলেছে। আপনি এই ডিসিশনটা জানলেন কোথা থেকে? আগে নিতে দিন, তারপরে বলবেন যে রোহিত শর্মা রিটায়ার করে ফেলেছেন। Thank you, Boriada, and your team. I'm following you since 2021, even though I watch few others YouTube channels, but can't ignore your channel. Thank you. Why should you ignore our channel? This is the best in terms of the most holistic and comprehensive coverage. In fact, you should watch us more. Boriada, love from somewhere. Where is it? South Africa into the WTC final? Absolutely. Pratik Thakur, absolutely. India should go into the WTC final. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. I only believe in our tail. Australia also believes in their tail. So Australia first innings, the tail added 200 plus runs. India added 200 plus runs. So Team India should follow Gabba chase. Let's see. Let's see. The top order also has to score some runs. Rohit has to score some runs. You cannot just expect the middle order and the lower middle order. Grenville, Dirego. Team India should follow Gabba run chase pattern. That's what I said. Rohit, my life, he will shut his critics. I hope you're right, whoever said that. Ashish Shaw, Boria, something, Somastri. Any chance of reverse swing day 5? It will depend. There will be conventional swing for a start for the first 20-25 overs. Then we have to see how things go. But it's relatively cloudy tomorrow. So we've got to see how things pan. I think top 5 will score 50 plus, then we are winning. If that is the case, then we are winning. बोरियादा, आपका चैनल क्या है? आपको क्या उम्मीद है कि केएल के टीम इंडिया से क्या हम जीतेंगे? यार, बोलना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है। मैंने बार बार आपसे कहा है कि मुझे तो ये लगता है कि ड्रॉ का परसेंटेज 40-45% है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया का जीतने का संभावना भी 40-45% है, इंडिया का जीतने का संभावना थोड़ा सा कम है, 10% करीब है। वो हमें देखना पड़ेगा टी ब्रेक तक ले जाने के बाद कैसे मैच हम लोग घुमा सकते हैं। The weather is cloudy, but there is no chance of rain. At this point in time. I can say that. Rohit playing his most important innings? Absolutely, Priyanshu. I mean, you are spot on. Imagine if he fails in this particular innings, how much the pressure will mount on him and what he will do. So all these questions will then come up. For the moment, let us focus on tomorrow. He is indeed playing one of his most important. Comedy का दुकान भाई, कल इंडिया का इतना बड़ा इनिंग्स है। अभी आप ये क्यों पूछ रहे हो कि रोहित शर्मा रिटायरिंग और नॉट रिटायरिंग? ये कहां से आपके पास आ गया खबर? जिसने भी बोला है उसको पता नहीं है, वो गलत बोल रहा है। मैं आपको इतना कह सकता हूं कि अगर आज मैच, कल ये चेस के पहले अगर आप ये लिख रहे हो कि रोहित शर्मा रिटायरिंग, किसी ने आपको बोल दिया है, कोई भी जर्नलिस्ट ने बोल दिया, वो गधा है। मैं आपको क्लियर कट बोल रहा हूं, उसको कुछ नहीं पता। सो उसमें मत जाइए। Washi was underbowled? No, I thought India had serious intensity with the 3 faster bowlers, and then because the 2 right-handers were batting, they were using more of Ravindra Jadeja. So Grenville, I don't think that is the case. Proshanjit, Sydney, Jaiswal, KL, Virat, Shubman, you're giving me a team. No, No point at this point in time, my friend. Let the match happen tomorrow, then we will see. Buryada, what Sarfaraz Abhimanyu Ishwaran told, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is a good story. Because Abhimanyu Ishwaran apparently came and gave some bottles of water. Prantik was telling me, because he was sitting in the Bharat Army stands, and gave a few bottles of water to Sudhir and said ki Virat bhai ne bola hai mahol banao. Bumrah also came there and said mahol banao. So the players were urging the Indian fans to kind of get behind them, and that is when Prantik said that the whole Bharat Army stand started cheering for the Indian players, and there was serious noise, and the Indians took a lot of heart out of it. There was serious intensity out there. आप रेप स्पोर्ट्स को इतना आगे पहुंचा क्या, अरे पहुंचा दिया है स्पोर्ट्स तक वाले, क्या बोल रहे हो भाई, तो कवर करने भेज ही नहीं किसी को, हैट्स ऑफ टू। यार स्पोर्ट्स तक का अपना मॉडल है, हमारा अपना मॉडल है, किसी को खराब या अच्छा दिखाने का कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है, उनको अपना काम करने दो, हमें अपना काम करने दो, दैट्स ऑल। Australian media is pathetic. They make, I mean, don't, the same Australian media, they said Virat is king. They said Virat is so and so. I mean, Australian media is disgustingly foolish. There's no point discussing Australian media. Some morons are saying Rev Sports will give false stories. Then who broke? What? What? I want to know that. Say it again. What was it? यार दिखा नहीं. Where is it? दोबारा बोल. Will Australia go for dirty sledging for win? Do you think sledging will win them a test match? Is it possible? Uh, think about this. On day two, 159 for 5, one result was possible. I've just written my Economic Times column for tomorrow on that. One result was possible, and that is an Australian win. Now, all three, even if it's 10% India, that is a result possible. Draw is very likely. So, India has fought intensely hard in the last 2 days, and that's why they have been able to come here. So, hats off to India. Make no mistake about it at all. Some morons will Rev Sports give false and then who broke? Arey Retiar, who the hell cares about morons, boss? बुरियादा ओपनिंग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कल, 100% इंपॉर्टेंट है मेरे भाई। रोहित शर्मा के लिए बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। When are we getting a sneak peek? वापस जाने दो প্রসেনজিৎ, ফেরত যেতে দাও। মার্চ মাসে we will open the, বারবার এক কথা বলছি, 6 থেকে 8 মার্চ কনক্লেভ, এবারে 3 দিনের কনক্লেভ, কনক্লেভের সময় নতুন স্টুডিও ওপেন করে দেবো, তখন আপনারা নিশ্চয়ই সবাই মিলে দেখতে পাবেন। স্টুডিওতে মিউজিয়ামও তৈরি করছি, প্রচুর আর্টিফ্যাক্ট দিয়ে, so if you want to come and watch, take a look at the museum with some of the greatest sporting artifacts, do come. Buryada, the news circulating that Ajit Agarkar, etc. Boss, Ajit has been here from day one. Ajit has been there here from day one. So this whole thing about all of a sudden this is the 2+2 tukka. So nothing more to it at this point in time. But I can tell you, from what I know, I've said this on the show yesterday, Jasprit Bumrah will lead the team in England with Rishabh Pant as vice captain, is what I know. A very likely possibility. Maybe after this series, it will all depend on what happens tomorrow. But going forward, Jasprit Bumrah is the expected leader with Rishabh Pant as deputy, is the most likely possibility. I think Rohit Sharma should play the aggressive attacking game tomorrow, because no half cock, because his mind is telling him leave, and his subconscious mind is asking him to pull the ball. Because of a cluttered mind, he's making mistake after mistake after mistake. हाँ जी, शानू, ऑस्ट्रेलियन मीडिया ने वो रोहित का तस्वीर लगाकर, अगर ये कोई कह सकता, आप सोचो अगर हम स्टीव स्मिथ के बारे में या मार्नस लाबुशेन के बारे में या पैट कमिंस के बारे में ऐसे करते हैं तो आपको क्या लगेगा? एक लाइन होना चाहिए जहां पे ये क्रिकेट जर्नलिज्म है और जहां पे ये टैबलॉइड से भी बदतर है। अगर हम इंडिया में ये पैट कमिंस के बारे में करते तो आप लोग क्या कहते कि ये जर्नलिज्म है? ये वेस्ट ऑस्ट्रेलियन वाले जो कर रहे हैं, ये एकदम इडियट की तरह बिहेव कर रहे हैं, इनको सीरियसली लेने का कोई जरूरत नहीं है। हम पैट कमिंस को लेके ऐसे कभी भी नहीं करेंगे, हम थोड़ा रेस्पेक्ट देंगे और रेस्पेक्टफुली उनके साथ डील करेंगे, बिकॉज उनको, पैट कमिंस इज अ लेजेंड ऑफ द गेम, उनको वो रेस्पेक्ट देना भी चाहिए। ये जो कर रहे हैं वो सही नहीं है। त्रिशादी, where is she? Yeah, she's resting at this point, because I've given them a bit of a break in the evening. All of them work very hard, whether it is Trisha, Shubhan, Rohit, Ogni, Devashish, Gargi, all of them are working very hard. So one needs a bit of rest as well. Shormishta and I, our day starts at 6:30 in the morning, and it is now 11 p.m. So on that note, I will have to finish the show because it's 11 p.m. here in Melbourne. মামা ইজ সেইং অস্ট্রেলিয়া ফেভারিট, ঠিকই তো বলছে ভাই সার্নিক। আমি তো বললাম আমার মতে 40-45% অস্ট্রেলিয়া, 40-45% ইন্ডিয়া ড্র। কারণ এই পিচে there is every reason for the Indian batters, if a couple of them get in, they can grind it out and play a longer innings, and they know that it's couple of sessions, and they can actually draw the match. Gil, how much are you earning? What is this? I love these questions. How much are less followers? Keshav, I have explained this many times. I don't give a shit for followers. We earn serious amounts of money. We spend enormous money in our conclave, at least a couple of crores, which no YouTube platform in the country which do sport earns. We spend in our 3 days at least a couple of crores. So clearly we have backers, we have brands that believe in quality, and brands of the likes of Coca-Cola, Tata Steel, etc., etc. There are 17 brands which back us. We are not bothered about followers and cheerleaders and pathetic sensationalist nonsense. So I hope you understand that. In fact, in our conclave, 30 to 35 athletes will come. 30 to 35 athletes will come to the conclave between 6th and 8th March. So that is what we stand for, quality. एम्प्लॉयज के लिए इतना कुछ कर रहे हैं, बहुत सारे लोग आपसे जल रहे हैं क्योंकि आपका चैनल ग्रो हो रहा है। मुझे क्या फर्क पड़ता है, जो जल रहा है उनको जलने दो, जो नहीं जल रहा है उनके लिए अच्छा है। प्लीज टेक अ nice nap, rest. Yes, it is my time to go to bed. Give my daughter a big hug, and that's it. That's it. Good for you. Thank you very much, folks. Thank you for watching. Do ring the notification bell, subscribe to the platform, and a massive day tomorrow. As I said, all three results possible. Fingers crossed, India will go to Sydney unscathed, and the series will still be 1-1, if not in India's favor, because then it will be a moral victory. Thank you very much for watching. Do join us at 9 a.m. Australia, which is 3:30 a.m. India, as we go live on day 5 from the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Thank you very much for joining me.